See this one. So you go run wear Arsenal jersey because Nigeria lost. You are flaunting the Arsenal kit.
Imagine being a Super Eagles fan and a Chelsea fan. So
And a Real
I
Madrid
don't.
lover.
I Real Madrid lover, so I don't want to be in that. That set of people. I don't want to be in that category. So I decided to look for joy somewhere, and I found joy here. So
I am absolutely devastated. Morocco 4, Nigeria 2 on penalties. Wow. Did I expect anything different? Yeah, of course, I'm Nigerian. I wanted Nigeria to win. But let's be honest, Morocco, they haven't lost in 2 years. They are a very good side, playing right in front of their home fans. It was a difficult game. It's football.
yeah,
and we're going to play
so,
Egypt in the third place. I mean, I don't think there's anyone who has lost a semi-final more than Nigeria. Well, big shout out to Wambali. I had no doubt he would do good in the penalty shootout. Chukwueze is going to be misinterpreted. Sometimes players find a way to mask their nerves, and
yeah,
him just looking casual, it's not as if he didn't care. Of course, you've listened to Chukwueze in almost every video that has been put out there on the internet. You know he wants to win this AFCON badly. So I don't think he stepped up to miss that penalty. He
yeah,
was just trying to do his best. And what I thought he wanted to do was to kind of like use his body to feint and just deceive the goalkeeper. But the body feint was not there enough. It was not there. The nerves took
yeah.
the better of him, and his body language was very much readable. So big shout out to Bono, experienced goalkeeper. He saw that, he saw the ball, and the ball came at a very slow pace. Easy to say,
Mm.
but people are going having a go at Chukwueze right now. I was angry at the moment, but it's over now. Great players miss penalties. And
True.
Onyedika too. Sorry, Bruno, who also
No,
missed the
no,
second
only
penalty.
matching. Yeah.
That was an awkward penalty. I didn't know what happened there actually, but it was
Mm.
crazy. But see, it happens, man. What I
Yeah.
don't want is I don't want people going about insulting players right now.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
don't want
Totally
people.
against that.
You shouldn't make these guys feel uncomfortable coming back to the national team. They
Yeah.
have done a lot. They have done a lot. And for Chukwueze again, going back to him, he was brought in just a minute to go. Sometimes when you have not experienced the action, you
Exactly.
need you need to kick the ball a bit more, to
I
get
was going
right
to say
to
that.
get right into it. So
Hmm.
it happens, man. It happens. But please do not start tearing these players apart. Who
Yeah.
you should take your anger to right now, where the anger should be channeled, the NFF, those in charge of football in Nigeria, those in charge of sports in Nigeria, because winning this AFCON would have just been, a very, very good paper over the cracks, a shortcut to success. Nigeria, we have had the problems coming for a very long time. As a matter of fact, we had no right to be in this position. No right. So the failure for not making the World Cup and not winning the AFCON should be a wake-up call to those in charge of sport in Nigeria. We've gone to Morocco, we've seen everything, we enjoyed the facilities. Well, it didn't come from heaven.
Yeah.
There were plans to make those infrastructures, be in place. Imagine us being at the AFCON still talking about allowances being owed. Last time I checked, Eric Shell wasn't paid for 3 months. I don't know if he has been paid right now. So we need to focus, look at our football from the grassroots level down to the national level. I've said this before. Stick to Eric Shell, whatever philosophy he's got, find a way to transfer it down to the lower levels. Look into our league. I can't even tell you who is the top of Nigerian professional league right now. And that's a shame. Look into our league, find a way. Those people who promised millions upon millions to the Super Eagles, that money, don't keep it. Take that money, invest in our league. There's a certain man, I've forgotten his name, who promised the players a huge sum of money. Take that money, just assume, look at it and think about it like they have qualified and they won the AFCON. Take that money, invest in your league. If you don't want to invest in the country, fine, invest in your state. I think it's from Kano State or so, if I'm not mistaken. Invest in your state, invest in your local government. And for once, let's have a good stadium with a good playing surface. The Moshood Abiola Stadium is nothing to write home about. The Stadium Unuyo, nothing to write home about. The only thing fine about that stadium is just it's just the infrastructure from the exterior. The pitch is horrible, and the management of the pitch is horrendous. I remember when Davido had a show on that pitch, they didn't even cover the surface. They mounted a stage on the pitch, bro. No one cares about the management of our beautiful infrastructures. So let's go into it right now, find a way to develop our sport. Super Eagles, they have done their best. Big shout out to the Falcons. At least they are keeping us happy. We can brag with them. No one can contest with us when it comes to women's football. We are number one. But the so-called Falcons that we say are the best, are we even looking after them properly? Do we even appreciate them? So these are the serious issues now. Don't start ripping into any player. Go straight to those at the helm of affairs when it comes to managing sport in Nigeria. And big shout out to the players. I want to see them come back to Nigeria to a guard of honor. I want to see them get a warm reception when they come back to Nigeria, especially the likes of Chukwueze and Bruno. And big shout out to Osimhen. I noticed he played that game, a large part of that game with an injury. So that's my take on this. That's my reaction. I don't want to go into the tactics and all of that, but let's focus our anger on those who are in charge of sports in Nigeria. I'm being specific with my words. I'm not just saying football. I'm saying sports because we've got numerous sports in Nigeria that we don't even focus on. The last time we went to the Abuja National Stadium, the Package B, we saw the condition of the swimming pool. It was Mr. Fairplay, you remember? It was horrible to look at. Horrible to look at. So please, let's go and channel our anger on those who are in charge of sports in Nigeria. That's all I can say, and that's my match reaction for now. And the game against Egypt, it's gonna be like a friendly game to me, man. And yeah, I think it should be an avenue for the likes of Ebenezer, the other players who haven't really played much, for them to just express themselves. I mean, it's not if we don't win the bronze medal, it's nothing to us. We've got a lot in our cabinet. We can give that to Egypt for all I care. But I just want to see the new players play. I want to see them express themselves. I want to get to know more about them. If possible, play the top choice goalkeeper. Let's see him. Let's see what he can offer as well. That's my take.
I just hope that the administrators will take advantage of the good work that we've seen from the team in this past month to work. The next AFCON is was it next year or in 2 years' time or something. So you just build on from what you've seen. There's no point. There's no need to panic. There's no need to be too angry. There's no need to start sacking manager and all of those things. Just build on what you've seen. Let the preparation for the next AFCON start now. You look at the team, the areas that you feel like were lacking, begin to search for players, organize friendlies during FIFA holidays.
Reasonable friendlies
During FIFA holidays, and come up with a clear calendar on how to qualify for the next tournament. And those are the things. Just put your house together and begin to find solutions to some of the difficulties we've faced. We've really been very, very good in this tournament. Before the tournament, nobody picked Nigeria to, like, we literally were not even sure, apart from some of us, because we know that when we get to tournament, Nigeria, we always find a way, But generally, people didn't even believe we could win a game against Tanzania or Tunisia and all of that. But look at where we are. We had to hold Morocco to penalties. So just build from what we've seen so far, and let's hope that in the next AFCON we would have learned, and some of the players who are playing their first AFCON would have gotten experience. And let's also work on penalties. I think it's very clear that in the team we don't have too many players in the team that can take penalties. There's like penalty crisis.
Not penalty crisis. We don't have good set piece takers.
So let's work on that, because within 2 or 3 months we've lost 2 games via penalties. You could see today that some of the players who who missed penalties in the last playoff game were not really,
Confident.
they're not confident enough to come out to play. So generally, there's a crisis. Even some of our best players have had issues with penalties in their clubs. So that's just to show you that even our best players, there's a comma
All of
around
this,
them when it comes to penalties.
all of
So
this is part of the preparation, part
it
of the
just yeah. So
setup. You know,
let's
you
take
look at the
this.
players in the under 17s, the under 20s, you start teaching them the under 15s, under 13s, you start teaching them all of this from now. Of course, anyone can miss a penalty, but
Yeah,
there's a mastery to set piece taking, and it starts at a very young age. It's something we can start doing from a very young age, the techniques about it. So, well, that's all I can say for now.
yeah,
Guys, go in the comments and drop your comments, your thoughts on Nigerian football and the game between Morocco versus Nigeria. And thank you for all of you who have followed us so far in this journey. And for those who have subscribed, please make sure you keep being engaging. And for you who is watching who haven't subscribed, please make sure you subscribe to this channel, you like and you share. My name is Sasa P, and thank you, Mr. Fairplay.